Land Rover doors, what a pain in the arse they are sometimes, especially on these old Defenders that's been neglected and been repaired by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Been given the go-ahead to do some cosmetic work on this, not much more mechanical because there's nothing really we can do. Going to fit a headline into it, and we're going to do something with the doors, because if you can remember when I took this for a first test drive, the door won't open from the inside. So what we're going to do is kind of interesting. We're going to go step by step how to take a door card apart, and we're going to do one for the front and one for the middle door, because they are a little bit different, and we're going to look at the mechanisms and try and work it out. This is the driver's door that was giving us a bit of trouble. 300 TDI, very similar to a 200 TDI, except the door handle is held on by a spring clip. To get the spring clip off, you need a little tool that looks like that, little hook to pull the clip back. Also you need a Phillips screwdriver and a flat blade screwdriver to take off these little covers that fall on the floor because they're buggered. Right, so it's very easy to get the card off. As you can see, there is nothing holding it on. So we're going to take the screws out. That's easy enough. You can use a power screwdriver if you want. And if you can remember, on this door the window doesn't wind down, but we'll do a bit of a close-up and find out why. Now I haven't stripped this door down, so you're seeing exactly the same as I am. Pulled its handle back. There's a little screw in here. If you're in North America, don't lose this screw. It's probably been replaced once or twice before, but it was a special screw. Oh, what a surprise! It's just been replaced by an ordinary one. The original screw had a shoulder here, and why I say about if you're in North America, don't lose it. They were $15 each, about £7 for one screw from Rubbers North. Right, where's that tool? Now, to get to the little clip, push your card in, pull your handle out, and then pull the clip out. Like so. So you're going to pull that in and pull it back. And then to put the handle back on, you snap it forward like that. You think I'd practice this. And then push it back on. You'd notice too that there wasn't a plastic ring round here. That's probably in the Sahara. We see there's a screw on the top. Now yours will have a push button, like a stud in there, holding that on, and look, that's all it's holding the door card on. One screw. Yeah, that's broke, hardly surprising. We'll replace that. These always break. Let's do some zooming in type work, eh? And concentrate on this door. Alright, so this broke. You know, it's knackered anyway, but they're always breaking. This, although it's operating the latch, it isn't working. So what we do is we put this thing. Let's see here. Just trying to get a good picture of this. So to get to test the door latches, we know that the outside one's working, like that. Look. So what you do is you get a screwdriver and force the latch shut like that, and then it should spring back. But as you can see, there's no resistance on there. The latch could be the trouble. So let's test that again with the interior handle, and that's our problem. It's not opening. I have a sneaky feeling, looking at that latch like that, yeah, that's bad. That should have like a spring action to flick it back. That looks like it's on its last legs. Now, let's put the winder back on. Oh, look at this! Why on earth won't that shit? The Land Rover doors are not particularly well made, as one or two of you have maybe found out. They crack here, just behind the latch, you know. That's a very weak spot. You can tell it's weak because it's already been welded. And you can see the stress cracks starting to come here, where the winder mechanism is. Now again, I've never seen it. Oh, that's right, look, they've started to weld on this bracket here, that's good. There's no places for clips. The door bottom's been replaced. Oh, look at this here. Whoa, that's rippy, boys. This is to let the water out, I think. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this panel off here, and then see if this window moves up and down on its own. We're going to eliminate if it's the tightness of the guides on the side, or it's something to do with the winder. So let me go and get some more gear. We're going to be using our old friend the pump wedge to take the glass out of this door. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to have to drop the glass down a bit, because there's two screws just here. There's one here. Where's the other one? Back there somewhere. So we've got to somehow wind this window down to get the screws out to pull the glass up so we can put the pump wedge in. Now this is going to be fun. Oh. Water. Let's have a look at this. Hope you can see that down there. It's a very misty, cold day today. There's two 8mm headed bolts. There's one here and there's one here. But this is looking really sort of... Look how dry that is. See if we can get him out. Oh, that's a 10mm. Glass is tight. That glass is tight, even without all the winder on, so I think we're going to have to replace the guides on the side. But I'm going to use the pump wedge, and I'm going to just push the glass over a bit, stick the wedge in like that. And then I'm going to pump it up, pump up the volume. You notice there's a seal missing off here as well, so I don't know how effective we're going to be taking that off. So the next thing, we're going to have a look at this plate here, held on by a series of bolts. One thing to notice about when you take these door cards off, this is 200 TDI and 300 TDI, the bolts are very small. Don't get them all mixed up, because what can happen is if you put a bolt in that's too long, it'll hit the glass, and when you slam the door it'll bang against the glass and can break it. Wonder how I found that out. Now we take the bolts out. We'll leave the top one in till last. We back it off, then take these bottom ones out. This has got a green military door on it. It's got a red wing on it and a blue and a green wing. I think it's been repaired at some time. So that's that off, and again this is real time. I'm not sort of editing this, I'm just doing it as we do it. Now with a bit of luck that'll come out, but first of all let me bring the camera around this side here. Now I'm going to have to sort of mess about and edit this bit out a little bit, but let's set up. Right, in here. Right, I don't know if we can see that. Oh, the clip's missing. Right, can you see down here? Can you see this piece here? See this piece here? This bar that goes to this latch here. Ah, there you go, you can see it now. This is supposed to have a spring clip on it. So you push it like this. You see like a little clip like this? So you push the clip down and then you can push that out of the way, like that sort of thing. Oh, dear me. Let's see if it will go up. Again, really bad design, because there you go. You're pushing against this window guide rail, guide seal. So let's go back to our original position. There we go. And we should be able to take the card, the winder mechanism off when we take that last bolt out. There we go. Look at the rust, look at the dirt and rubbish on there. I think this is toast. Yeah. So what we're going to do now, when we've got the winder mechanism out, I'm going to see how the pump wedge has kept the glass in so it doesn't trap your fingers. We're going to take the wedge out and drop the glass down and see if it's nice free moving glass. It should be. I bet you $10 it's not. That fucking bloody thing down, it won't go down. No wonder the mechanism's all knackered. No, it's so tight it won't even move. Honestly, that's not bullshit, look. So we're going to strip the door down now. Why are we going to do that on this old junky car? Well, it's a pain if you want to get out of this car in an emergency, even if you're moving it around a car park, you know. You want to get out, you want to make sure you can come out of the car. And of course you can't always, you can see the difficulty I had trying to wind the window down just to put my arm through to open the door. So looks like we're going to have to replace these runners here, because they're junk. In fact, they're not even the proper ones. Oh, man. Fortunately, I always keep second-hand stuff. Never throw anything out. It's like being a bloody Yorkshireman, never throw anything out. I'm pretty sad all the snow's going. I'd have kept that too. I'm going to take them out, but if you can see, let's do a zoom onto there, because this is kind of important. You see the seal that is, where is it now? Here. Here. The runner. That's not even a runner. That's just a piece of old trim. You know, an edging for a piece of metal. Oh, they've joined it up. They've joined it up here. Oh, what a mess, man. Right, so I've got to get the glass out. How do we get the glass out? Well, push this back up again. Then we put the pump wedge back in. You can see the glass isn't doing its job because it's actually jumped out the frame. And there's a screw here. Not a lot of people put these bottom screws back in. I'm quite surprised I found something to screw into. Ooh. You see the window, it's tight here, look. So we get that screw out. We pull the guides. We pull these guides forward a bit, like this way to me, so that when we push the window down, the window will come out like that, hopefully. Now it's starting to rain again, so I might have to curtail my door experience. There's one thing, this door wouldn't have rattled. I'm very wary of pulling down here and trapping my fingers. Right. This is that red dust they were trying to wash off, but they never accomplished it. Yeah. There's a screw in the top, and I think that's the thing that was holding it in. Wait a minute. See, this is the rail, this is the guide, and it isn't even a window guide. I don't know what the hell that's off. But I think with having this screw in at the top that I've just taken out, I think that was too tight for it. So, hidden inside these door frames, rain stops play, it's like playing cricket. Hidden inside here is a series of small screws. Now, keep them if possible, because they are a sort of an oddball size. I'll show you one. I can get it out. Wait a minute, I'll go and get a spare pliers. Back again. Those are the screws. These have been replaced. How can you tell, Mike? You're such a professional. How do you know? See, it's got a self-drilling tip on it. The originals weren't self-drilling, but you have to be very careful when you put these screws in, because at the front and at the top it's very thin. You haven't got much of a space, so the screw can actually go through your paintwork at the top. Pay attention for that, alright? In fact, I tell you what, let me try and take a top screw out. If there's any in. I don't think there's any screws in here. Oh, here's one. You know. Oh, here's one. You never know what you're going to get on somebody else's bodge ups. Ah, see? That's what they should be. Oh, there's another one here. Now, I'm leading to something here. I know it's a bit boring undoing screws, but yeah, that's another soft tappery one. No wonder the bloody windows won't wind down, eh? Look at it. Kaput. Once you've got the side off, let me move the camera again. Wait a minute. I'm just trying to get a good position for you guys to see. I'll tell you what, let's wind this down a bit. Hold on. We'll get there. How's that? That looks pretty good. You can see here the lock mechanism inside the door. It's got a piece of aluminium over it, and that's the shim to shim out the window to stop it rattling. But now we can see the whole mechanism here, and we can just see how unbelievably loose it is. We can see there that there's a break in the plastic, so the handle's knackered. Well, might live, but the lock, I'm not sure about the lock at all. I'm really not sure about that. Let's try that again, that test. Yeah, no, it's shot. See, that spring's back. There's a spring in there. That's okay. That's alright, but it doesn't spring back the lock. And you know something? I ain't got one. I know I haven't got one because I had to buy a driver's side for my pickup. That had broke. So, what are we going to do now? Well, I'm going to see if I can find a second-hand lock, a latch, but I can't do much with that at all. It seems to be sort of working. That lock works, but there we go. That's open. But so if we lock it and then try and open it on the inside door, oh, it's working. Oh, it's working now. I wonder if the rest of the... I wonder if that seal was just jamming it up. I'm going to lube it up. I'm going to go in now because it's raining a bit. And then we'll have another go at this later.